Hey there, this is Lori McBride from Tech Experts, and today I just wanted to share with you 6 points to take into consideration when you are a newbie starting out on Upwork. Now, some people already have established businesses, right, or established careers that are favorable to Upwork, right? So if you are a marketing agency, or you already have a marketing business or a graphic design business, or you are a social media content creator or content manager, or even if you're a virtual assistant, you may not run into these types of issues, but I'm just going to review 6 points that you want to watch out for when you are starting on Upwork. And these are actually the things that I faced and figured out as I was going along. Now, number 1 is make sure you have some kind of text pre-typed on your computer that you can just paste into the space for the cover letter and adjust it. So, I mean, you can do full-on cover letters, right, that you save in Word, and you can paste them into that cover letter spot. But really, a lot of the times, the jobs are really short, and so you will just want to have a few different lines in a notepad file or some other text file where you just say, "Dear online business owner," and then you put a few sentences about how you can actually help them with their project, and then you just say "sincerely" in your name. Right? What I do is I just have a couple of these little write-ups in a notepad file, and then I just copy them and paste them into the cover letter of the Upwork proposal based on what the job is that I'm actually, or the project is that I'm actually applying for. So that's number 1. Number 1 is pre-type a couple of sets of, I call them spiels, but a few little sentences about yourself, or you can adjust and edit depending upon what the project is that you are applying for. Now, number 2, when you are searching these projects, it's very important that you go ahead and, in my opinion, and put a search word in the engine and get results. And the reason I'm saying this is the following. If you go ahead and you search Upwork based on those 3 categories, the best matches and for you and US only, you are not going to have filter features on those searches. And the reason I'm saying this is what you need to do is type the keyword you're searching for in. So if you help with YouTube, put in YouTube. If you help with testing, put in testing. If you help with project management, put in project management, and then let the search engine return the results to you. Then the number 1 thing you have to do, this is point number 2, is scroll down on the left-hand side to the filter features and make sure that you go to the client info category. Scroll down, go to the client info category, and make sure you choose or filter by payment verified. You only want to be looking for jobs that have the payment verified. If you are submitting proposals and wasting your credits on jobs where the payment is not verified, 99% of the time, those people are not going to be people you want to deal with. They're not reliable, and actually a lot of times they are scams. So make sure when you go to Upwork, you put your keyword that you help people with, again, such as YouTube or project management, in there. Scroll all the way down to the left and make sure you go to the client info category and select payment verified, so you can actually know that the jobs, that the projects you are submitting for actually have a record of paying people on Upwork. That's number 2. Number 3, watch out for the entries in Upwork that are essentially just buying reviews. That's right. Many entries that I have reviewed on Upwork are really just buying reviews. And some of them say straight out, buying reviews, right? I need reviews on Google on this. I need reviews on Amazon on that. Now, if the ethical piece of that doesn't bother you, then you can go ahead and do it. Just make sure that the payment is verified to the person who is paying you. But again, you want to avoid, in my opinion, all these ones that are paying for reviews. Another key, clue that somebody's looking for just a review is they'll say it's a data entry job, and it will be paying only $5, or they'll say they need 20, 30, 80 people. That is a clear sign that someone is just buying reviews. Okay, so you want to try to avoid that. You do build a couple of credits here and there on Upwork, but if you have ethics and ethics are important to you, you probably don't want to contribute to that whole situation on Amazon and Google where the reviews are just being bought and honestly they're fake, and then we can't even really tell if what we're buying is legit or not. And I just wanted to add to that. One person that I encountered on Upwork even wanted to pay me to create interview forms for students so he could get them to pay for courses with grant money. Now, why you would want to pay someone to fill an interview out for a potential student, I am not sure. But again, it's just some of these things are rough out on these Upwork streets, and you just have to be aware that there are people out there paying for reviews, and there are people out there paying for other people to do work that either they or someone else should be completing. So that's number 3. Watch out for those review buys. Number 4, the other thing you may want to do, if it's legit, if you have found a project, there's payment verified, the person that's looking for someone has payment history on Upwork, you may want to go to LinkedIn and verify the company or verify the person who's needing someone to help them with the project. And the reason I say this is because I ran into one project where I went and verified it on LinkedIn because the language didn't sound quite right, and I wanted to make sure I wasn't wasting my credits. And so I went to LinkedIn, found the name of the person, or actually I think it was the company name. I found the company name. I found their phone number, I dialed their number, and sure enough, they already knew that there was a scam on Upwork. Somebody had stolen their job description on Upwork and was trying to, pose as this company hiring people when it's just a scam and they want to infiltrate your data. So be careful, be aware. And, on the up and up part of it, you may just want to go to LinkedIn to just see about that person who's offering the project and what they do and what their history is with the company, or just find out more information about the company. So when you're actually having that one-on-one Zoom call or whatever with them, you'll be prepared to talk about what the company does and how you will be helping them. Number 5 is review the clients. Now, when you get to the point where you realize that this project, whoever's offering their payment has been verified and they're actually paying people to do work, and you determine that you want to submit a proposal, just go ahead and click submit proposal, and the screen will come up to submit it. And then there's the spot there where you can put your cover letter, and then off to the right there will be a section called About Client, and in that About Client section, you want to check out what kind of star rating they have. You're looking for like a 5-star review, and some of these people I've gotten there, and they have 4 stars or less than 5 stars, and I'm like, well, let me just check out what the issues they had with their people was. Did they just have a one-off person who helped them that just didn't do a good job, or they have repeat comments on there that say, hey, this is not an easy person to deal with, or whatever else. They baited and switched it, or they're just not organized, and the person who worked for them but they had issues, and it's just a repeat comment. It's repeated in the comments, which decreases their rating. And then if they have a rating that's 4 or less, you may want to consider not submitting to it, because you're going to deal with a difficult client if you do accept that proposal. Okay? Also, how you do look at that history with the clients is you scroll all the way to the bottom, and it will list the previous reviews from the clients there, and you can just keep clicking to view more and more reviews, just so you can see like what their pattern is with their clients, and actually also if they leave reviews, because if they don't ever leave reviews, then you may not want to deal with them, because you're trying to build your credibility on the Upwork app. Also, down at the very bottom, it lists if they have any other openings that they have listed on Upwork, and you can go ahead if you want to and click on those links and view what their other current listings. And number 6, what you also want to do, and this is important, is understand the timing of the proposal that you are submitting to. So for example, if your proposal that you're submitting to is within like the first 24 hours that it is released, then you probably have a good shot of getting your proposal in there and having it looked at. However, if your proposal that you're trying to submit to is like 15 days, 30 days, they probably already hired someone. So what you can do, which is the very last thing, the very last tip I have for you, is go ahead and view the activity on the job that will let you know how many people submitted proposals to it, how many people they have sent offers to, and how many people have accepted an offer, right? So if they're only looking for one person, and you look in the activity on this job section, and 10 people submitted and they made 4 offers and they chose one person, and they're only looking for one person, then there's no need to submit your proposal because they've already hired someone. Now again, this takes discernment, but you have those credits that you need to use wisely. So you need to just look at that activity section to figure out, has somebody already been hired for this position, even if they haven't closed that proposal out. Well, again, those 6 tips are just tips I wanted to offer, or my top 6 tips that came out of my experience with Upwork, just being on there, poking around, submitting for different things, seeing who was looking for what. And so I hope these tips helped you. Again, I don't want you to get scammed. I actually messed up one time and submitted to a project where the payment wasn't verified, and then they were trying to get me on Skype, and then they were trying to rip me off essentially. And because of my past experience in IT, I detected it right away. But if you're brand new and you're trying to submit proposals to this, if you're trying to submit proposals to Upwork, you don't want to get scammed. So again, I hope these 6 tips helped you. My name is Lori McBride from Tech Experts, and we help people close the gaps that exist across the tools that you need for your online business. And go ahead and click like, click share, and click subscribe. We really appreciate that. We appreciate all your comments. If you have any other issues or questions with Upwork, and you just want to find out maybe what else I've found out, or we can share stories and try to put 2 and 2 together to help you get established on Upwork, go ahead and leave a comment below. And there are also links to other videos in the show's description. Again, we help people with technology. So if you need help with your password manager, you need to figure out what kind of UPS is right for you, or you need to figure out like what you need to do for your backup program, or any other application you may want assistance with, go ahead and look at those links in the show's description. They will help you as far as understanding how to set your online business up and what you need to put those pieces in place. Again, my name is Lori McBride from Tech Experts, and we look forward to serving you.